It's fair to say that 2023 has been a stunning year for games. It was always going to be the case with multiple gaming experiences pushed back from the pandemic years, but we couldn't have guessed it'd be quite as strong as it has been. So join us as the Xbox Hub team pick out their best Xbox games of the year for 2023 and find out what our Game of the Year is. It took an age to arrive, but Dead Island 2 whisked us off on a cracking zombie-fueled adventure through Hell A. From the Deep Silver and Dambuster Studios team, if you initially found love in the original Dead Island and were hit by the hype of that Dead Island 2 trailer from way back when, we'd urge you to jump in right now. Dead Island 2 is a first-person action RPG, mixing in style, vibrancy, and about as many of the undead as you could ever expect. A gore-drenched LA world, it's in the brutal combat where Dead Island 2 really comes alive, all as you attempt to prove yourself as the ultimate zombie slayer. Can there be a best of 2023 list without including Starfield, even if it didn't quite reach the heights many expected of it? Well, no, we don't think there can be, and whilst this may be a game that is thought of lovingly in 5 years or so, it doesn't mean you should be sleeping on it here and now. What needs to be said about Starfield that hasn't already been mentioned? Probably the biggest game of the year, at least in sheer size. This is certainly not a game that you can jump into, hoping to complete in a few evenings. Put a good couple of months aside, more if you want to experience everything this space epic holds, and you'll be a bit closer to the mark. From the award-winning Bethesda team, Starfield whisks you off to the year 2330. It's here where humanity is looking to expand beyond the usual solar system, setting up home on all new planets. As a space miner, the expanse of Starfield awaits. Moving away from the mega budgets of Starfield, we find ourselves setting foot aboard the good ship Dredge. The most indie of all titles in this list, Dredge is a monstrously gorgeous fishing experience that is utterly compelling, highly intriguing and full of adventure. And the best thing about it? You don't even need to like fishing in order to succumb to its beauty. From Team 17 and Black Salt Games, Dredge places you in the shoes of a humble trawlerman, left to scour the seven seas, delving into the depths, selling your catch to any and all. A simple setup, Dredge plays near perfectly, sending you off on quests during the day and nightmarish runs as the sun sets. How far you look to dive into the mysteries, it brings us up to you, but this is a game that urges you to continue forward, pushing the boundaries with every turn, taking to the waves and seeing what happens. And frankly, for many, that is the main draw of Dredge. Fish to survive, you betcha. Love them or hate them, cats play a major role in Stray, as you play a feline adventurer exploring a futuristic city. But throw in a cracking narrative, stunning visuals, and some of the most open-ended of one-sided conversations, and you've got a recipe to die for. Annapurna Interactive rarely miss a beat, and even though there's a good chance you'll have played Stray elsewhere previously, the fact that Blue 12 Studios Stray is now on Xbox makes us nothing but happy. Where else can you pet the cat? Star Wars fan? We'd suspect that if you are, you've been all over Star Wars Jedi Survivor since day one. But just in case you missed the release of EA and Respawn's continuation of Carl Kestis' tale, you should be jumping in with this one right now. Set half a decade after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it's time to head into the galaxy once more, pushed to the depths by the power of the Empire. Only here will the newest threats emerge. If you thought Starfield was a space epic, then hold on to your space horses, because Star Wars Jedi Survivor is here to compete for the title. Complete with a cinematic combat system including Jedi powers, being thrust into the life of Kestis is one that will appeal massively to the fans, and even those who wouldn't normally see themselves partial to the Lucas sagas. Remnant II makes for a bronze medal push for the 2023 Game of the Year list with ease, loved by pretty much anyone and everyone who has played it. Following on as a sequel to the equally great Remnant from the Ashes, Remnant II is a solo or cooperative affair in which you'll be left to navigate a wickedly evil world, all in the hope of stopping reality itself. It works best as a mix of ranged and melee combat as you go up against all manner of enemies and bosses, unfolding the adventure and journey along the way. With new worlds to be explored and nothing less than endless replayability promised, we struggle to find too much to complain about in Remnant 2. We'd suggest you'll come away with similar conclusions. And if you need more than just the base game of Remnant 2, we love the Awakened King expansion too. It's just Harry Potter, isn't it? Well, no. Hogwarts Legacy is much more than a continuation of books and films. It's a game that stands on its own, an experience that is multiple hundreds of hours in length. Originally an Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5 and PC current gen exclusive, since the earliest releases, Hogwarts Legacy has become available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 too. But no matter where you get your gaming, you should be grabbing for your wand and experiencing the magic this one brings. A world full of magical beasts and the locations made famous in the books, Hogwarts Legacy whisks you off to the 1800s as a student looking to keep safe the most ancient of secrets. It means that, ultimately, it's you who decides the legacy of the Wizarding Worlds. There's a reason why Alan Wake 2 has a 5 out of 5 review score next to its name on the Xbox Hub website. Alan Wake 2 is nothing short of brilliant, in absolutely every way. Of course, we waited some time for Remedy Entertainment and Epic Games to finally get the tale of Alan Wake 2 out in the hands of gamers. In fact, it's been more than a decade since the original game released. But now Alan Wake 2 is here and we're calling it as the Game of the Year. A supernatural horror that allows you to play as two very different characters, the world's creative, the narrative teased and the stunning visual style all come together to ensure that there is no better game to be playing on your Xbox. And even though this one is sold as a bit of a horror, we'd urge you all to get it downloaded with immediate effect. Alan Wake 2 is that good. There is no debate. And so there we have it. What we at the Xbox Hub think are the top 8 games to hit the Xbox during 2023. But do you agree with our choices? Is your favourite game on the list, or what have we missed out? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment, and please consider liking this video and giving us a follow for more Xbox content in 2024.